give you insight into my life. Because as David said, August 10th, 2010 was my first time speaking here. I was a displaced employee just like you. So, what I want to do is I want to give a little introductory information into session 1. I'm going to go through a quick version of what we did in session 1 for those people who need that. And then I'll catch up everybody with part 2. Is that okay with everyone? Is that all right? Okay, great. So, Harris Interactive did a study not too many years ago. And in this study, they determined that about 8 out of 10 Americans don't like what they do. Who's surprised by that statistic? Is anyone not surprised by that statistic? Okay, why does that statistic not surprise us? Why? Why does that not surprise us?
We've experienced that ourselves.
Yes. Because we're in that number. Thank you. Because we're in that number. We're in that number. I have a few theories as to why we're in that number, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But we're in that number. And then the next question becomes, for the 20% who do, what are they doing differently, and how did they end up in the position that they're in? Like, you mean you can really love your work? That's a question for many people as well. When I talk on this subject, people ask me. I was in Atlanta on Thursday, and a lady, I did this session for a group of managers at a healthcare facility, and a lady asked me at the end of the session, she said, is it okay if you just like your job and not love it? And then I said to her, is it okay with you? I was like, it's okay with me if it's okay with you. We're talking about the next level, right? We're talking about the next level of really, 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 really positioning our work around our passion, which is a paradigm shift for many of us. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. So, in connecting this subject of people who don't like their work to how this really shows up in work and beyond, Gallup has done the research. Other organizations too, but I'll just share their data today. And so what they've done is they looked at all of employees, regardless of what your skill set is, from entry level all the way up. And they say that every employee falls in one of two categories. You're either engaged, and they define an engaged employee as someone who works with passion. There's that word. That's why we're talking about this. Who has a profound connection to the company. Who's willing to go above and beyond. You know, all of those things. How many people are managers or directors in their career level? Right. The people you want on your teams when you're in these roles, right? Yes. The go-to people. Gallup also did the financial data to show that for every engaged employee, they generate an additional $32,000 in revenue for their company just because of how they are. Because of how they are. It resonates, it has a ripple effect. When you're engaged, when you give what you have, it has a ripple effect. The customers feel it, your coworkers feel it. You make a difference. The second category is what we call someone who's disengaged. According to their definition, this is someone who's essentially checked out. Some people call them quit and stay. Let me make a point about these different categories. Any of us could find ourselves at any of these particular stages at any time. So we're not saying